Are you done with your meeting?
Yes, I am. Sorry about that.
Awesome. No worries, no worries. Hey, so I actually was trying to pull the property up on my end. So let me have it in front of
Mhm.
me so we can chat about it.
Cool. Yeah. And then I don't want to be rude, but I feel like I've spoken to a few people, and just to like save if it helps like save time at all.
Be
I'm
as
I
rude as you can.
No, I'm not like that. But I
You
wouldn't
should.
we wouldn't be interested in anything that would be like creative financing or anything like that. It would just kind of be either like a simple, standard, if there was an offer versus just like we wouldn't be interested in like that creative financing route or anything. We just keep hearing people talk about that.
Yeah.
Just in general, we haven't really spoken to many people, but I just want to be upfront about that.
Yeah. That's I don't think that's our forte either. So that's totally
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Cool.
Um yeah, so basically we'll just get you a cash offer. And if you like the number, we can move forward. We can basically talk about time frame and stuff like that. Um, would you mind sharing some details about the property itself and the occupancy status?
Yep. So it's our not our primary home. It's completely vacant. We had tenants in there. They actually wanted to move back in, but we wanted to just kind of get rid of it. So it is currently vacant,
Okay.
completely turnkey, good to go. We bought it in 2022 for 400K. However, we are completely motivated to kind of get rid of it because we've been dealing with like off and on just like my husband and I just recently got married this year. We're 30. Like it's just a lot financially to have to kind of deal with two properties. So we're like completely motivated to get rid of it. Can I give you 1 second? I'm so sorry. Somebody's knocking on my door.
No worries.
Okay, so sorry. Hold on 1 second. Hello.
I'm here.
Hi. Okay, sorry. I don't know why. Okay. Go ahead. What were you saying?
You were saying that you guys are completely motivated too?
Correct. Yeah, we're completely motivated to sell it, and kind of, we owe around 340K on the mortgage. So like we just want to kind of get rid of it is my point. So we're motivated to kind
Got
of
it. Would you be
not
comfortable writing a check at closing?
to the mortgage company.
Yes.
It depends on how much the check is.
Understood?
But yes. Yes.
Okay. So the balance itself is what did you say? It's 340?
Yes. 342 to be exact, yeah.
342? Okay.
Yep.
And what's the time frame you guys want to get this done within?
Hopefully as soon as possible. We're super flexible with that, but hopefully as soon as possible, just so we don't have to continue kind of paying multiple mortgages.
Understood. Totally. Are there any payments that you're behind on or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay, wonderful. That makes things super easy. Um, and the condition, so I was able to pull up the pictures from back in 2022 when you guys bought it. Does it look the same on the inside?
Yeah, exactly the same. Yeah, we've done some work outside, like we added like a back patio and a shed and a little like walkway in the side yard, but everything else is like completely the same, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like pretty good shape. Doesn't really need
Hmm.
much. I see the backyard. I know this area super well. Um, I'm trying to. It's a 1971. Are there any? Is there anything I need to be aware of as far as the systems, like roof, plumbing, AC?
Nope, nothing. So, and this is like a little annoying, but when we bought the house in 2022, it was like an LLC who had like bought it prior and then flipped it, and we didn't recently find out until we found out recently that like everything's new. The roof is 2021, the AC is 2022, and the water heater's a year ago. But
Yeah.
they didn't pull out a permit on the roof or the AC unit, which is so annoying. We had no idea, but we still have like for some reason our 4-point inspection covered that and said that it was new,
Mm.
and we kind of went back with the inspector, and they said that like they determined that it was new or they had documentation. I don't know, but I can't find a permit with the city. However, there hasn't been any pushback with any of that, but it's all brand new. And if we had to, we could get somebody to kind of like sign off on that. I know there's people that do that
I
where they kind of go and
might I
inspect it.
might need that for insurance purposes.
We
But
never had any pushback from our insurance,
I
weirdly.
was gonna say if I could, because the 4 point that you guys did might not be valid
Yeah.
anymore, and it also has to be written in the name of the purchaser. Um, so
Got it.
maybe
Yeah,
we
we
could
could
use
work
the
that
same
out if that's the
inspector
case.
or something. We'll figure that
Yeah.
out. Um,
Yeah. There is an
but
option there for sure. Yeah, but
okay,
I'm happy to like I wanted to address that. That's the only wrinkle, but everything is like brand new, which is nice. Just a little
got it,
hiccup there.
got it. Yeah, and the AC I don't really care about. The AC doesn't have to be permitted, just the roof.
Oh,
Um,
had no idea. Okay.
yeah, for ACs, they actually don't permit them in most cases, and the insurance companies are fine with that. The only thing is the roof, and it's probably because
I got
most of
it.
the insurance scams happen with the roofs. So that's why the insurance companies want to protect themselves.
Nice. Okay, makes
Uh,
sense. Yeah, we haven't had any pushback from them, but yeah, we can get that figured out if that's
cool, cool.
something that needs to get done.
And you've been saying is it you and your husband?
Yep, correct. My husband and I are on the title. Title's free and clear of everything. No issues there.
Got it. And he's on the same page with you, price wise, and everything
Uh huh.
else. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, he's kind of letting me handle this. Yeah.
All right. So here's where I'm gonna be at. I'm not gonna give you any creative options or any of that BS. I don't think those options really work for most people, to be frank with you. I'm gonna give you two different offers though. So one is gonna be a direct cash offer where
Wait,
we
hold on
purchase.
one second.
Go
Hold
ahead.
on one. Let me. It's kind of hard to hear you. Can you talk again? It's like
Yeah,
very. It's something. You sound like a robot.
yeah, yeah. Can you hear me better now?
No, let me give you a call back. Maybe sometimes weirdly it's like the service, and then if I give you a call back, it might be clearer.
Sure,
So I'll just give you a call back in a second. Okay.
sure.
Okay. Okay. Bye.
Can you hear me better, Mary?
Yeah, so much better. Yeah, that's
Okay,
happened to me before, so figured I would
no
just call you back.
worries. No worries. All right, so two offers for you, okay? The first offer is going to be a regular cash offer. We purchase the property from you outright, and we move forward and we get this done. We can close on the date of your choice. We can probably actually even close next week as long as title work and everything else is ready. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to be because I see that the inquiry came in at 3:30. I can't really be at 3:30 if we buy it directly from you. I'm going to have to be at closer to 295 to 300. I don't think you should take that offer because the property is in super good condition. The reason we have to be at that number is because anybody who buys a property for cash, there's only one exit strategy and there's only one way you can make that business work. You buy a property, you add value to it. Sometimes value comes in form of repairs, sometimes value comes in form of solvent for speed and convenience for the seller. Most cases it's repairs. Your house needs no repairs whatsoever. So I don't think just a straight up cash offer really makes sense for you. What really you should do and what really we can offer and what we specialize in is we can help you sell this property and take as little of a loss as possible and go directly with a hedge fund. Do you know how that process works?
I've heard a little bit about it, but I will say I appreciate you like kind of giving like two options there, but I would probably only be interested in a former option, just because we don't want to have to kind of like deal with any headaches. And I know like maybe it makes sense to some people, but to us it wouldn't. Just we've had way too many headaches this
I
year
got
in
you.
general with like
I
health
got you.
and other things, and I
Understood.
can't take on another thing. Yeah. So yes,
Well,
that's what I would say
let
about
me
that.
explain how the second process would work, and if it's a headache, then let's completely scratch that
I
off.
don't want to cut you off. I would just say I'm absolutely like not interested because I know a little bit about stuff like that. But I don't want to have to like have somebody else sell it for me because then I can just continue to kind of like work through different channels and get it done. Like I'm like such a closer and a finisher, and like I'll do what I have to do. So
I got you.
if there is like a cash offer that could be presented, like we're happy to, like I'd be happy to consider it. But I don't want to be rude. I'm sorry. I have to be like
You're
blunt at
not
some
rude at
point.
all,
Yeah.
Mary. The only reason I even presented in the first place, and I appreciate the fact that you're saying that you would get it done. These hedge funds don't buy one property at a time. That's the only difference. They buy 40 at a time, and we create a package for them with properties like this. But if that's not an
Got it.
option and it's not a consideration whatsoever, then because basically what we do is we include your property into one of those packages. But if that's not a consideration whatsoever, then the offer would be 295 to 300,000. I could probably firm it up closer to 300,000, but that would mean you'd have to write a $42,000 check at closing.
If we got it to like 311, I would sign it tomorrow or today. But because I've seen houses in area that are like 299 that are completely gutted, and I know you said like you want to add value and so on and so forth. I understand that, but a house that's like completely done for like even 10K more, I think could be negotiable. Is there any wiggle room there?
I don't want to say no. Give me 1 second. Let me check with my business partner and see what's the max we would be able to offer on it ourselves.
Okay.
Give me
Yep.
3
I will
minutes. I'm
wait
gonna
here.
put you on hold.
Yeah. No worries. Thank you so much.
All right. Can you look at this for me? It's so weird. She wants to write a $32,000 check at closing and sell the house. Makes no sense. She bought it for 400 grand. She wants to sell it for 311. Yes. I mean, we could probably get it done. 311? I don't understand why the zest is going down though. That was bought by a flipper for 260, flipped, and they bought it for 4. Yeah. She doesn't want to talk anything creative. She doesn't want to talk novations. She wants cash only. 311. But the one for 325, you can't see pics. It's probably not a very good flip, but I think it's worth 4. Yeah. Yeah, but there's one that sold for 402. The one that sold for 402, I think, was a nicer flip than theirs. And it sold in July. It was a 2-2, and it was two bathroom. So what do you say? Should I just lock it up at 307? She said that. I offered 3. She said if you do 300, 311, we'll sign off on it tomorrow. That's what she said. Yeah, I agree. Hey, Mary.
Hi. Hello.
Hey, quick question for you. So, actually, 2 questions. One is, so you mentioned that if I can get him to the 311, if we can make that work, you guys would sign tomorrow. Is there a way for it to be signed tonight? Because I'm basically, he's on the same page with me. He wants to be at 300. We make all of our decisions together. It's just the 2 of us who are the owners. You'll see us on the website too. But
Mhm.
essentially, he wants to know what's holding back the sale if we can get to that number today.
Yeah, no, I just meant because it's like 6:30. But yeah, if I shoot a text over to my husband because he's at a work event right now, he'll be
Mm-hmm.
on the same page as me. But yeah, I could sign it tonight as well if we get to that number. I think we would be good there.
Okay.
Doesn't
And
need to
then
be tomorrow.
the only second thing was, and we don't have to put this in the agreement, but if we're gonna be at that number, he probably would need the roof to be somehow permitted, some way somehow permitted. Is that going to be a problem?
That wouldn't be a problem. I would just need to speak to somebody to get them out there to. Isn't that how it works? Usually, you just have somebody go out there that does like the post. It's like the post.
It's a post inspection from the city, yes.
Yeah. Oh, the city goes out there. Okay. Then yeah, that's
Sometimes you can hire like a private inspector to go out, which we could probably assist you throughout the whole process too. We just want to make sure the
yeah.
roof wasn't just slapped together.
Yes, that's no problem at all.
Okay. Give me 2 more minutes. Let me see if I can get him to that number. He basically was on the same page at the 300 that we would approve that right now, but let me see how much higher I can get him to, and then I'll tell him if we get to your desired number, we can have a signed agreement tonight.
Okay. Thank you.
Give me
Sounds
2
good.
more
I'll
minutes.
be. Yep. No worries. Thanks.
She said she'll sign it tonight, huh? And then we can renegotiate. How much time you would need? It has to be cash, and she wants as fast as possible. I could play the holidays card. I think mid-January I can get her to. I'll just do 30 days. 30 days after access. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Let me do 30 days after access. Hey, Mary.
Hi, I'm here.
All right, we'll do 311. Closing in 30 days, all cash, and we'll pay all your closing costs as well. If everything's ready, because essentially it's the holidays and we're not 100% sure if title work and everything else would be ready. I think it should. Also, we'd have to line up um, our money lending, which is that there's no contingency on that. If we can't close by the time that we agree on, we'll just close with our own money. And I'll also send you a copy of our bank statement so you can see the proof of funds. But essentially, we'll get it done for you and probably close right after the holidays.
Oh, nice. I appreciate you going back there and kind of working through that. And then what kind of like the contract? Is it like a standard contract? You said 30-day close. Like
It's a
what?
two-page. It's literally a two-page simple agreement. It's an as-is agreement. No repairs or improvements to be made. And we are basically closing in 30 days from following the execution of the agreement.
Okay, thank you. And then is it like, do you have like an inspection within like 10 days and then like the, like that certain period when it comes to?
Yeah, typically we will
Mm.
probably do like four, maybe 5 visits throughout the entirety of the contract. So we're gonna do one visit just to come in and put our eyes on it, take pictures, make sure there's no fire damage or anything crazy going on. I mean, I trust you 100%, but things have
Yeah,
happened to us in the past. So we
100%.
don't actually hire a full inspection until we put eyes on the property first. So we'll come out, take a look at the property, make sure it's as the pictures are online. I'm sure they will be. And then once we've put our eyes on it, then we schedule a formal inspection. Our inspector goes out, does the inspection. If there's anything major like foundation issues or anything crazy going on at the property, he lets us know. And then we talk to you about that. I'm sure nothing like that is going on. Otherwise, you would have told me about it.
Correct.
And then we do another 1 or 2 more visits right before the closing just to make sure that the property is still standing, the roof didn't fly off, or anything like that.
Understandable. That sounds like a normal, reasonable process, if you ask me.
Yep.
Okay, I appreciate that. And then, like, the next step, thank you, like I said, for going and doing that. I will kind of shoot this text over, or I'll probably give my husband a call just to, kind of give him an update here. But I can also look into reaching out to the city to kind of just get information on, like, something regarding having somebody go check out, like, the roof to get a report done on that. Like I
Yep.
said, we never had any issues from insurance, but that was flagged to me like last year or the year before that weirdly there isn't a permit. I don't understand how like an LLC wouldn't have pulled a permit. But I do know it's brand new. If you saw it, you would understand.
Perfect.
And then I guess, would you send something via email for us to sign? Is it like a DocuSign
Correct. It's like a
or?
DocuSign. It's basically a DocuSign. The platform is actually called Dotloop that we use. I will send it over to both of your guys' emails. I'd need to have both of you on the line to go over the agreement. Once again, it's super simple, only 2 pages long. It's written in a super simple way just so that anybody can understand it. And then we're going to use a third-party title company who will assist us throughout the entire process. So there's going to be a closing agent, an escrow agent, and the title company itself is going to be involved with handling all of the money, deed transfer, title search, title insurance, and all of that. And once the transaction is done, they're going to issue us a title insurance, which we pay for. And in case there are any discrepancies on title ever in the future, we don't come after you, we come after the title company.
Okay, and then I know for the title, because we had already kind of had everything cleared with our mortgage company, because we were essentially going to do a deed in lieu foreclosure, but we weren't eligible for it, but they ran a title search. It's all free and clear. You have no concerns there. I'm an attorney, so I
Perfect.
wouldn't lie about that. But that's all good to go. But yeah, when would you like a signature by? Because I know you want it today. Do you want it by like?
So I'm still in the office for another 45 minutes. Our offer is good for tonight. If you want to get your husband on the line, we can go over it right now, or you guys can chat about it for, however long you need and just give me a call. And in the meantime, I'll prepare all the paperwork. The only thing I need from you guys is I need your first and last name as it appears on your driver's license. I do have your email already, and then I need your husband's first and last name as it appears on his driver's license and his email address for signatures.
Yep. So my name on the title is my maiden name, and we got married this year. So I'll give you my name that's on the title, and I'll also give you my name that is my new last name because it's
Could you
different.
text me all that info that way? And you can text to this number. That way I don't make mistakes.
Yes. Okay, so names and then email
Just
addresses.
names and emails. That's really all I need.
Okay, and then I hate that I even have to ask this. Can you remind me of your name again? Because
No worries. It's Samuel, and our company is called Simple Sell. I'd be happy to with our offer. Also, a lot of companies you talk to, they're not even real because they don't even have the money to buy properties. I'd be happy to also share a copy of our bank statement. That way you'll see that we have the money to make the purchase.
Okay, I appreciate that. And you said you know St. Pete pretty well. You know the area?
Very well. We've actually just finished the project. It wasn't in St. Pete. It was across the bridge in Tampa area. But most of our projects are Northeast Florida and then the Tampa Bay area. So we're very, very familiar with this market.
Okay. That makes sense. Thank you so much. And also just thanks for, kind of not pushing me on certain other offers and things like that. I appreciate it.
I wouldn't push you on something you don't want to get done.
Oh, thanks. Cool. Okay, I appreciate it. Yeah, I will send you this over, and then just give me a call or text me if you have any questions, and then I will be super responsive in the next few hours with this.
Awesome. And your husband would be available to chat with us too, right, on the phone?
Yeah, he's at a work event right now, but I'm texting him, so I'm just going to give him a call when I get off the phone with you.
Perfect.
But
just
he
so
will
you
be
know, the
home
reason
tonight,
I want him
like
on the
8 or
phone
9.
and I want him on the line
right,
is
you don't
because
want any.
I don't want confusion. And I also, like, literally last week we put a property under contract. It's a husband and a wife. Unfortunately, they're getting divorced, and the wife told us that he's completely on the same page, and now the husband's basically coming back to us and saying, "Oh yeah, I'm not even selling the property. I don't even."
Oh my God, what a nightmare! No, you don't have to worry about that at all. But I understand. If I were you, I would be doing the same thing. By like getting the confirmation. But yeah, I can have him call in or speak to you. He's just at a dinner right now for work.
We just need to do a 3-way basically, and I just want to make sure both
yeah,
of
you don't want a
guys
headache afterwards.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, yeah, I'll text you this stuff right now, and then we'll be in contact shortly.
Awesome. You got it, Mary.
Okay.
Talk to you soon.
Thank you so much. All right, thanks. Bye.
Bye. I have the paperwork all prepared. So just waiting on you guys to call me back together so we can go over it.
All right. I just spoke to my husband on the phone, and I gave him your number. So I think he said he would call you. Is that okay? Or do you want us both on the line?
Ideally both of you. That way we can go through the whole agreement together. That way I don't have to go through it with the both of you separately.
Okay. I just texted him, so let me get him, because like I said, I called him. He was at a dinner.
If you want to see if you can merge him in or something like that, that would be ideal.
Yeah, let me call him 1 second. All right, Samuel, can you hear me?
I'm here.
Okay, Grant's on the line as well. Grant, this is Sam. Sam, this is Grant.
Hey, Sam. Mary caught me up. Sorry, it's a little loud here. I'm at a business dinner, actually, so I'm stepping out right now.
Okay,
but,
wonderful.
yeah, she caught me up, so thank you so much.
Of course. Hey, this wouldn't take more than 5 minutes, guys, so I'll go through the entire agreement with you together. Right now, I'm just sending Mary an email with a copy of our bank statement as proof of funds. I didn't forget about that. And then once you receive it, let me know, and I can send the agreement over to you as well. Okay?
Awesome.
Perfect. Thank you.
So 1 second.
And do we need to get anything notarized, or is it all done via DocuSign until closing, and then that's when you guys handle all that?
Correct. So everything is done over DocuSign until closing. At the closing table, there is only one paper that will get notarized, which is the deed transfer. Everything else
Okay, cool.
is done through DocuSign until that point. All right. Mary, let me know if you just received my email. I just sent it over to you.
Okay, it might take a minute. So I will be on the lookout for it. Thank you. I'll let you know. Okay, I got it from Simple Cell.
Yep. There should be a PDF attachment there with the first page of our bank statement.
Okay, good to go. Yep.
Awesome. I just sent out the contract over as well. It should have come from Samville Givorgan, and it's a software called .loop.
Called .blue. Okay, see it.
.loop. Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Awesome. Grant, you have it pulled up on your end as well?
Was I CC'd on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has your email.
All right, let me grab it.
And
Yeah, you can start. I'll pull it up right now.
Perfect. Yeah, once you open it, it's going to say something like view document. Mary, are you in already?
Yes, I'm in here. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to go through the whole agreement clause by clause. Please feel free to stop me at any time and ask me any questions, but I'll basically explain every clause to you as we go through it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So on the very top, could you confirm I put the correct names for you guys as it appears on the deed?
Yep.
Correct.
Okay,
Yep.
wonderful. And then Simple Cell is going to be the purchaser. We don't have to put the legal description right now because typically we have the closing agent fill that out at closing, but the address, make sure I put the correct one in there.
Correct.
Okay,
Yep.
Wonderful.
Confirmed.
All right, so let's go to clause number 1. This is the earnest money deposit. So essentially we're going to deposit $1,000 with the title company. That way the agreement shows intent that we actually are showing good faith to go to the closing table. So the $1,000 goes in as soon as we basically get the agreement signed. I will let you know which title company we use. Sometimes we use certain title companies for time preferences because some of them are too backed up closer to the end of the year. Most of the time we use but I will keep you guys posted as to what the title company is, and they'll be in communication probably within this week. Okay?
Perfect.
The second clause is the purchase price, so this is probably the most important one. Buyer will pay the purchase price of $311 to seller. The entire purchase price shall be paid to seller at closing, plus or minus any prorated assessed taxes and any other prorated assessments. Meaning if you've paid for your taxes up front, then you get a credit back. If, let's say, we close January 1st, then really there's no prorations that are made. If we close on January 5th, then you're paying for property taxes until January 5th because that's when you own the property. And then from that point on, we pick up the bill. Does that make sense?
Yep, makes sense.
Okay. The only other thing that comes off of this number, which is obvious, is your mortgage. So that's the purchase price. In number 3, you will see that buyer shall pay all escrow and closing fees, meaning all the title fees, title search, title insurance, settlement fees, attorney fees, all of that will be paid by us. You guys won't pay a single closing cost on this transaction. There's absolutely no hidden fees. We don't charge any commissions. We don't charge any realtor fees, nothing like that. So it's a straight out as is sale. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 is property sold as is. So you'll see it says buyer is purchasing property as is. No repairs or improvements will be made to the property by the seller prior to closing. Seller will, however, maintain and repair the property so that as of the closing of escrow, it will be in substantially the same condition as of the effective date. Seller acknowledges, agrees, and understands that any personal property left on the property after closing of escrow will convey to buyer and may be disposed of by buyer at buyer's discretion. Just so you understand, if personal property is anything that's not attached to the walls. So for example, if you have a sofa or even a painting isn't really attached to the wall, right? Like if you have shelves, that's attached and screwed to the wall. If you just have a painting hanging off the wall, that is personal property. So if you leave a painting there and we donate it to Salvation Army, you can't come back after us and say, hey, we need that painting now. That make sense? Okay. And then it also states that any inspections or investigations and tests and reviews, anything we do is going to be at our sole cost. and you guys don't have to bear any of those expenses. So we'll pay for all of that from our end. Okay? Including surveys and everything else. That's all going to be on us. All right, the next one is closing terms. This is mostly instructions for the title company, but essentially it states the closing of escrow shall occur within 30 days from the date we gain access. Following the execution of this agreement, we all agree to employ the title company of buyer's choice as the closing agent to act as the escrow and title agent for the transaction. This agreement is escrow. It constitutes the escrow instructions for them. It basically also states that you're going to convey a clear title to us and it's not going to have any liens. You already confirmed it doesn't have any mechanics liens or anything like that, right?
Correct.
And then any appliances, fixtures, all that stuff, it's all included in the sale. So like if you have ceiling fans, you can't start ripping them out. If you have a fridge and a microwave and a stove in there, you can't start taking those. So everything that's in the house remains with the house. That makes sense?
Correct. Yep.
And then the last part of this clause is the notices. It basically says that any notices could be delivered electronically or by mail. Number 6 is stating that the property is vacant. Nobody lives there and you guys don't have any leases with anybody anymore, right?
Correct.
Okay, wonderful. And then number 7 is stating that there are no parties in occupancy of the property other than seller, and buyer will get occupancy of the property at closing of escrow. Meaning, once you guys get paid, the mortgage gets paid off, the deed transfers over, that's the time that we get occupancy of the property and we can go into the property and do whatever it is that we want to do. Okay?
Correct. Yep.
Number 8 is just an agency disclosure. It just states that we're licensed agents in Florida here, but we're not representing you as a broker. We're acting as a buyer in the transaction. You don't have to pay us any commissions, nothing like that. So we just have to give that disclosure to you. Number 9 is stating that if the house contains lead-based paint, we're completely okay with it, and we acknowledge that we've received the lead-based paint disclosure from you. And then that's really it. Number 11 is just stating that this is the entire agreement and there are no other agreements between parties. As I said, it's super simple. We don't overcomplicate these things. It's a regular as-is cash purchase with practically, chewed down as simple as possible. So any questions you guys have?
I think, well, Grant, I'll let you ask questions after me, but just really quickly, I know we mentioned earlier about the roof and just having like documentation on file for the confirmation that it was built in 2021. I already went and looked at that, so let me know what you want us to do regarding that. If you want to wait and kind of come check it out before you make a decision there, like based on if you want us to get like something signed for that. Did you discuss that with your partner?
Yeah, so all of that is super simple. So essentially, we'll help you throughout the process as well. So we'll pull a public records request from the city to see if potentially the permit might have been pulled. It's a public record request, so it doesn't affect you in any way. It won't harm you in any way. And if it hasn't been pulled, we might just ask you guys to basically get it permitted so we can get our own insurance. Because in most cases, like I said, I don't care about the AC. That doesn't have to be permitted. The only thing we would need to get permitted is the roof. Essentially, we'll either go down the route of, the city coming and inspecting the roof or something like that, or maybe hiring a private inspector that would go out and inspect it and pass it off at the city level.
So when we bought the house, we had an inspector who did the 4-point and confirmed that the roof was new without locating the permit, just based on him looking at it and being able to tell. Does that suffice if we send you that? Because the roof was done the year before we bought it. Our inspector came in and said, yep, this is a brand new roof. I signed off on it, and then we were able to get it insured. Does that work? So then we wouldn't have to, sort of go down the route of getting an engineer and all that?
I'm gonna check with the insurance company on all of that, potentially, especially if he's a private inspector. So there's two types of inspectors, right? There's an inspector who's just a home inspector, and then there's an inspector who can pass permits through the city. So if he can show some documentation that, hey, the roof has been inspected and it passes all the codes, then the city should be able to add it into their database and put a time frame like, hey, this roof has been replaced at this time. And that should suffice. But
All right. Well, regardless, yeah, we can go down that when we need to.
Yeah, but we have no concerns. Like, it is a brand new roof. Yeah, we'll just have to kind of like figure out what's the best option for getting that for you guys for insurance. But yeah, sounds
perfect.
good.
All right. Grant, any questions from your end?
Yeah, Grant, please ask
No questions for me.
So I don't have to ask. I don't have to answer your questions later, Grant. Ask the questions now.
No, it's a very simple document. Obviously, just to confirm, there's no language in there around, wholesaling, reselling, like you guys are buying this property for your own use, all that good stuff. This is just a standard transaction cash purchase, correct?
Simple cash as is purchase.
Awesome. And are you doing an inspection? Is there an inspection window?
Yeah, so Mary actually asked that. That's a super good question. So we're probably going to have 4 to 5 visits. The first visit we just lay eyes on the property and take some photos just for our sake, just to make sure that everything that you guys told us and the photos that we looked up online are the same property. We've unfortunately had many conditions and many times when we went into a property and it was completely the opposite of what we were told. One time we went to a property.
Yeah, I can imagine.
There was no house there at all. So anyway, the first visit is just us laying eyes on the property. Second visit is most likely when we do a formal inspection on the property. So we'll just send a formal inspector to do a full inspection on the house. And then the only other times we would visit is closer to the actual closing date, just to make sure that everything remained the same and you guys didn't remove any ceiling fans or didn't punch holes in the walls or anything like that. So roughly 4 visits, and that's really all we need.
All right. Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you for walking us through that all.
Of course. Now, on the very bottom, does it populate your names on there? Can you guys see that?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So if you press on where it says Mary sign or Mary click here, it should take you to a new window that states adopt my signature. Do you see that?
I haven't clicked it yet, but once I get there, if I have any issues, I can reach out to you, right?
I couldn't hear you, Mary. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm just preparing dinner. So when I get to, if I click that now, is that me signing? Because I want to just kind of walk through the agreement on my own as well. But
yeah, that's not a problem.
Okay.
I mean, my partner, like, we did want to make sure that we're giving you an offer. It does have an expiration date, but yeah, feel free to review it. Let me know if you have any questions. When you click on it, it doesn't sign it. I just want to walk you through it. When you click on it, it's going to say adopt my signature. When you finish signing, you have to click share back with Samuel. That's the time I will receive it.
Perfect. Okay, I see that. I actually clicked that. So we will do that. And then what's the deadline here? Just I think I'm aware of that, but because Grant is at like a company thing, I want to make sure he's aware of that as well.
So there's no like time or anything like that. It typically ends at the end of the day. So I guess 12 a.m.
Yeah, we'd be able to get it done by end of day for sure.
Perfect.
If not earlier. Yeah, just want to look it over. And then
not a problem
we should
at all.
be good. Obviously, it's a very simple contract, so I don't see any issues. But
yes,
yeah,
sir.
Thank you so much for walking us through this.
You got it. And then, like I said, we will most likely close right after the holidays. Basically, we'll line everything up. We'll get the title and paperwork ready, and then beginning of January, we should be able to get this paid off and get that mortgage closed out for you.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
We are about 20 minutes away from that property, but if you are over at the property, we have a code. It's easy to get in, so that.
Oh my God! You made my life so easy. That's amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. So that's all super simple, and we can just share that with you as well.
That
But
would be
thank you
amazing.
so much for, yes. Thank you.
All right. Well, congratulations, guys. As soon as it's signed, I'll get a notification. As I said, it should be super straightforward and simple. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to me at any time. I work without exaggeration 24/7, so I'll be available on the weekends for you too. And then once we have this signed, I have a transaction coordinator. Her name is Ariana. She works on all of our files across the board. She'll also reach out to you, and if there's anything else that's needed, she will coordinate everything for us throughout the process with the title company.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much.
You got it. You're very welcome. Talk to you guys soon.
Talk soon.
All right. Thank you. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.